Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here for WhatCulture.com, and I want to talk to you today about Iron Man. Nowadays, Iron Man is pretty much one of the most dependable figures in the MCU. But if we're being really honest, Tony Stark, well, he's a bit of a loose cannon, isn't he? I mean, sure, he's obsessed with saving the universe, but time and time again, he puts himself and others in harm's way to do it. And you got to ask yourself, does this desire to protect come from actually a dark place? What if? The question that I'm posing is, what if Tony Stark has a death wish? Now I know that's quite extreme, but there is evidence to support this. So what we're going to do today is take off the mask and look at the billionaire playboy philanthropist and see that maybe his circuitry is a bit dodgy. Let's look first at a condition that he might be suffering with, PTSD, which he may have suffered through his encounter with the Ten Rings. His imprisonment and constant threat of death, plus the fact that his only ally is murdered because of him, would easily produce the effects of PTSD. Now, we all know that Tony Stark isn't the type of man to share his emotions easily, so what he did instead was he threw himself into his new line of work with vigor and didn't really deal with the core issues at hand. Instead, he moved forward, fueled by guilt for those he lost and those he had harmed as a weapons salesman. The only problem is that if you look at his films, and especially with the likes of Ultron, you'll see that he creates his own villains. He creates a perpetual circle of violence in which he saves the world, creates a new villain, thereby having to save the world again. And this is all motivated by guilt. This guilt leads him to make rash decisions, and in short, we find out that he wants to die, but he wants to die saving the world. It's why he, a man who is actually the weakest Avenger in terms of just being a genius in a suit and not a god or manipulator of time and space, still throws himself to the forefront of all battles. Hell, even when testing the suit in the first place, he pushed it to its limits early on just because he could. That almost led to his death. And it's also why he flew the nuke through the wormhole with zero expectations of survival. And yet, he can't quit, because at this point in time, he's blinkered in his own reality. As he himself says, I am Iron Man. This is the public face that he presents to the world while masking the insecure and damaged psyche that lies beneath. If he can't heal, he thinks, then I can help. Also, because of the cyclical nature of his work, there will always be a crisis, always be a new evil, and always be a chance at the validation he so desperately seeks. Yet ultimately, there is only one way to end this, and that's through death. It's also why he doesn't maintain many close connections within the group. He butts heads with Captain America all the time, despite him surely being a valuable ally. Simply because Cap's ideals of basically standing together unified goes against Tony's of being an army of one. Plus, Rhodey and Peter Parker show why he doesn't do it often, because they get hurt or leave. To get a better understanding of this, we can look at the breakup between Tony Stark and Pepper Potts. Remember what he says? He says he destroyed all of his suits. Now, he did this not because of the fact that he was necessarily angry, but it's because they represent something that they couldn't protect against. This was a wound that he suffered that his suit just simply couldn't handle. Yet you know what? Despite this being a horrible weight to bear, Tony Stark's death wish is a good thing. For us, at least, because he will save the world at any cost. And it's this going forward that actually makes me think that Thanos should be really worried. You don't just go around wiping out half of existence and not expect the man who carries the entire burden of life itself on his shoulders to take it idly. And there we go. Those are my thoughts on Tony Stark and his death wish. Let me know what you thought about them down in the comments section below. But before you go, maybe you'd like to check out this video that I've done on the gaming channel or this video that I've done on the wrestling channel. Just a bit more of me. It's always a good thing. As always, I've been Jules, you've been awesome, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!